This is Alex Cookson. For the past several summers, I've been working for a boutique management consulting firm called PM Squared. PM Squared specializes in a methodology called the Balanced Scorecard, which is essentially about measuring how a company's day-to-day operations link to its overall strategy. Today, I'm going to take you through step one of that five-step process. I'm going to build the strategic linkages, which is about building a strategy map. And I'm going to use QBC as my subject. Before I start, it's important to note that the strategy map is just step one of a five-step process. So what you see here today will just be somewhat in isolation from the rest of the Balanced Scorecard. So just keep that in mind. Now, what is a strategy map? A strategy map is essentially a visual representation of an organization's overall strategy, and it helps organizations link its day-to-day operations with overall success. Research at Harvard tells us that there are four ways you can look at how well an organization is performing. There's the financial perspective, the bottom line. The customer perspective, what do our customers want and are we delivering on those wants? The internal perspective speaks to internal operations and procedures, and enablers speak to core competencies, culture, enabling structures, things like that. And what the researchers found was that for private companies, there's actually a cause and effect relationship. In order to make money, they have to fulfill their customers' needs. To do that, they have to have the right internal operations in place, and underpinning that, they have to have the people, culture, and so forth. So the easiest example I can think of is Starbucks. Why on earth would we pay $4 for a cup of coffee? Well, that $4 cup of coffee fulfills several of our customer needs. First, it's a great tasting cup of coffee. Second, Starbucks is a fantastic place to get work done. It has a good ambiance, it has comfy chairs, and so forth. Third, I can buy coffee-related goods while I'm waiting in line. Cups, mugs, and even coffee. To ensure that Starbucks is properly fulfilling those needs, not only does it have to have the right equipment and procedures for making that great tasting cup of coffee, it has to have good store designers, a solid Wi-Fi connection, and so forth. And underpinning all that, Starbucks needs the right people and a coffee culture. What I've done is taken a look at the QSB website, but more specifically, the QBC website. I looked for an overarching mission statement. I looked for QBC's raison d'etre, and I think I found that here. To lead the way as Canada's top undergraduate consulting program. So we're going to put that at the top of the strategy map. Now, before I continue, you'll notice that the financial perspective is at the top. QBC is really more about meeting its clients' needs and training its students. Money is really more foundational than anything else, so I'm going to move that to the bottom. A second change I made is to change the name of the customer perspective to the clients and students perspective, just because I think that's more reflective of what QBC is about. Now, if we look at the website, we can start to tease out some of QBC's strategic objectives, things like providing cost-effective consulting services, meeting partners' changing needs, providing high-value, high-impact advice, preparing students for careers in consulting. Just moving on to another page here. Providing students with state-of-the-art training, being more than just troubleshooters, recruiting talented minds, possessing a dynamic skill set, and developing unique strategies, as well as keeping results top of mind. Now, I didn't notice an explicit financial objective, so I've speculated a little bit and just assumed that that's to optimize the use of financial resources. So hopefully I'm not too far off there. So this is QBC's strategy. It still looks a bit like a dog's breakfast, so I've just cleaned it up a little bit, made it easier on the eyes. I haven't changed any content. So here again is QBC's strategy based on what I was able to glean from the website. QBC wants to lead the way as Canada's top undergraduate consulting program. Underneath that, it wants to meet its partners' changing needs. And to do that, QBC needs to do two things. Thing one is to provide cost-effective consulting services our clients need to afford us. Thing two is to provide high value, high impact advice. If we're going to meet changing needs, our advice had better be pretty good. To give that kind of advice, we need to be more than just troubleshooters. And oh, by the way, if we're more than just troubleshooters, we'll be providing students with state-of-the-art training, which will in turn be preparing them for careers in consulting. Being more than just troubleshooters involves developing unique strategies, not just taking off-the-shelf solutions, but developing recommendations that are tailored to each client's specific situation. Underpinning that is recruiting talented minds. We need the right people in the organization. Those people need to possess a dynamic skill set. QBC can't just be finance-focused or marketing-focused. It needs to draw on a breadth of different disciplines within business. And then those people need to have the culture where they're keeping results top of mind. They're always thinking about what they can do to deliver value to the client. And then finally, underpinning all that is to optimize the use of financial resources. So there you have it. In about 5 minutes, we've built out QBC's strategy map based on its website. I hope that's given you a bit of a glimpse into the kind of work I've been doing for the past several summers, and that you found the past several minutes valuable. Thank you.